Hi everyone, I'm Oliver McCabe, whole food chef, nutritional therapist and the author of the Field Food Cookbook, and you're welcome to my back garden kitchen. Today I'm going to be making or creating a Bircher Muesli, which is one of my favorite healthy breakfast recipes. It's a good source of fiber, it's a good source of essential fats, protein and good carbohydrates, which are basically nutrients of good nutrition, which we need to food combine every day to give us optimum physical and mental health, so which is important. Breakfast obviously is one of the most important meals of the day. Why? Because we're awake, and it's the time where, because we're awake, we absorb as much nutrients as possible. Some people don't like breakfast in the morning, I get that, but it's important to have your breakfast then later in the day, if it's 11 o'clock or even possibly for lunchtime as well, because you have to remember we might miss out on certain foods and nutrients from the likes of oats, which I'll be using for the Bircher Muesli, or eggs as well, which is another food for breakfast. So today we're going to prepare the Bircher Muesli. So for your Bircher Muesli, we're going to obviously be using oats, and I love to use Irish oats if possible. You could also use gluten-free oats, and if you're celiac, obviously ask your local independent health food store which celiac-friendly oats you could use, which are gluten-free certified. And you can also go on to Celiac Society of Ireland, Celiac Ireland, where there'll be a list of brands to use. Okay, and as always, I love to support my independent health food store and food stores, and today I'd just like to thank my local independent health food store, which is the Punnet in Glasshill, and thanks to James for supporting ingredients here today. And I'd just like to welcome you all as well to my back garden kitchen, because I know there's schools tuning in and parents and students, and I just want to wish you all the very best. You're doing a great job, and stay safe and take care and look after one another. So well done. So the other ingredients I'm going to be using today is some fresh fruit, which we'll be using later, blueberries and raspberries. We're also going to grate some pears and apples into the Bircher Muesli. We're going to top with some toasted seeds, like so. And we also will be using some honey. If you're vegan, you don't have to use honey. You could use some date syrup, which is gorgeous and low glycemic. We're also going to use some fresh apple juice, orchard Irish apple juice, and some coconut milk. You could obviously use dairy if you wish, but I pretty much have kept this vegan vegetarian. Obviously leave the honey out if you're vegan, leave it in if you're vegetarian. As I said, you could use dairy if you wish, but I prefer to use plant-based milks with this Bircher Muesli, and I also have a coconut yogurt there as well, which makes it really creamy and yummy, and some coconut flakes over there. So just to begin with, make sure when you buy your oats, as I said, that they're Irish. The more local food is, the less, it could be sprayed, let's say. So obviously try and buy organic if you can. If you can, just try to buy local. It's important, obviously now, more than ever, to support Irish and buy Irish. And we're going to add some apple juice to this. So we're going to add about 300 mils. So a way to measure your apple juice is to get a measuring jug and just measure it like so. So just be careful. You can have fun with this. Get your parent to help you if you need support, and just pour it in. Like so, all around the oats. Meow. And then we're also going to use, as I said, some coconut milk, about 300 mils as well. And by the way, I've used about 450 grams of oats to begin with. If you are, let's say, gluten-free, You could use quinoa flakes, millet flakes, or brown rice flakes with this, or a mixture of all, which you can buy in your independent health food store. So this is the coconut milk. Once this is open, keep it refrigerated in the fridge. I think it will last up to about 5 days, but always check your labels. So we'll pour this in. So you're just soaking the flakes here, same way you would if you're making bread. And then just get your wooden spoon like so and give it a good mix. So that's pretty good there. It's mixing well. Like my mom used to get me into the kitchen to help her create food, especially the dinner. And that's how I learned how to cook. And it's so important from the age of 6, let's say, to really get into the kitchen and help stir and peel. If you need to use a knife, ask your parents to assist you. But it's just important that for your future, that you're creating food, because it is the foundation. They are the tools, recipes to fend for yourself, to fuel yourself, to give you optimal physical and mental health. Okay, and that's how I learned. Now, so that looks delish, and then we're going to add some coconut yogurt. So this is a good essential fat. When I say essential fat, I pretty much mean it's a good fat. We're going to stir this in. So I've used about 250, 260 grams. Now you can see how creamy that is. Yummy, yummy. So Bircher Muesli basically got its name from Germany, from, I think it was Bavaria. I could be wrong, but I think it was Bavaria. Bavaria is a densely forested area, a bit like the Wicklow Mountains, and the loggers actually would have this in the mornings before they went to their work to keep them going all day long. And that's how it got its name, Bircher, because I think they were cutting birch trees, possibly. So to this we're going to add some lemon juice. So what the lemon juice does is it actually preserves the breakfast for you, because you can keep this up to 3 days in the fridge. So lemon is a natural preservative, and also it's a good source of vitamin C. So they say roll your lemons to release all the juice, like so. So you can buy lemons unwaxed or waxed. If you would like to wash, as you should do, wash your fruit and veg, I always use apple cider vinegar. And it's proven, if you just use a half a teaspoon in hot water in the sink, it's proven to reduce a lot of stagnancy on fruit and vegetables, which could arise from transportation, usually pollution, etc. So it's important. So this is where you could get your parent to assist you. Just cut in half. These lemons are quite big, so just going to cut it a bit smaller. And then I've got a lemon squeezer, like so. And we're just going to squeeze this in. So you're using a full lemon. And no pips. And just a bit more. Like so. Now, you could use your lemon peels there if you wish. You know, you could put them in the bathtub and have a lovely lemon bath. It's really good for your skin. It's very cleansing. There goes my weighing scales. Now, so it's quite silky at the moment. And then we're going to add some honey. I'm just using about a tablespoon. You don't have to use honey if you don't want to be honest. It can be quite sweet enough, but I suppose with the way things are in the world at the moment, it's good to buy Irish honey. The more local the honey it is, the better for your immune system. And also, it's if you suffer from hay fever, apparently it reduces the symptoms of hay fever. I'm full of tips. And then we're going to grate some apples and pears. You might, again, ask your lovely parents to assist you with this. Just get a grater. As I said, make sure you're washing your fruit and vegetables. And this is apple from my local independent greengrocer health food store. A lot of health food stores now sell fruit and vegetables, which is great. And it's so important to support your local independent food stores, health food stores during these times. They've been absolutely amazing, obviously with the 2 kilometre radius and now 5 kilometre radius, where you can go out and shop and support the local stores more than ever. I go on about independent stores a lot because I'm the ambassador of the Health Stores Ireland, which I'm really proud of. And I've been working now for 20 years within the sector, which I love. Everyone's so lovely. So we're grating some apple and then some pear. So pear and apple are low glycemic, which means they don't have too much fruit sugar. There's no refined sugar, obviously. So when you might obviously make your own breakfasts with cereals. Just be careful when you do use cereals. Always check food labels, because 4 grams equals 1 teaspoon of refined sugar. So always be careful of too much of the grams in your cereals, okay? Maybe ask mom and dad to check for you, all right? This is why it's so important to make your own fresh breakfasts like this. So yummy, so lovely. Now, so we're gonna mix this. Gives you a nice mix. So this is a gorgeous breakfast. It's also, I love it as a healthy snack. And I also love it as a dessert. So they're all the main ingredients for soaking. Just look around. Yes, they are. So this is the part where I add some spices. So I love to use true natural goodness spices. One of my favorite is the organic Ceylon cinnamon. Ceylon is another word for Sri Lanka. So I think that's near India, somewhere off there, yes. And the capital is Colombo. And this is, if you smell cinnamon, which I'm sure you have, it's quite Christmassy, even though it's a beautiful summer's day today. So Christmassy. And just use a small amount, well, about a teaspoon or so. Depends to your taste. Okay. And we're also going to use a tiny little bit of the organic turmeric. I just like cinnamon and turmeric. Like when I make granola, they work really well together. Just use another teaspoon. So this just infuses the Bircher really well. You don't have to use turmeric if you don't want to. Just keep it to cinnamon. Other people like to use xylitol, which is a plant sweetener, and it's nearly 0 on the glycemic index. So it doesn't basically imbalance your sugar levels, but that's a whole other story. Just keep to the cinnamon, which keeps good blood sugar levels. Okay, just to keep you happy, as always. And just give it a stir then. Make sure you stir it right in, like so. So usually now I would cover this with cling film and I would pop it in the fridge for about 6 hours or overnight. So you'd be doing this the night before, the evening before, and it'd be ready in the morning. But obviously we're doing live TV, live video. So what we would do now, if it was the next day, we would simply just be serving it. So you're just getting a breakfast bowl. Just put this here. And you just spoon it in. Try not to make a mess. So for breakfast, you know, this is a hearty breakfast. As I said, this will has food combining, so it will fill you up immensely. So you don't need too much. Just a small bowl, like so. And then what I like to do is I like to obviously use some toppings. So I've got some fresh fruit and some seeds, and this is where we make it really pretty. So what should we start with first? By the way, I have a camera, my friend Kaz, the camera. How you doing, Kaz? You doing well? Am I doing a good job? Yes, thank you so much. So Kaz, my friendly camera. And he's a bit shy, or she. So we're going to use some seeds to begin with. So we've got some sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, which I've toasted in a dry pan. Maybe ask your parent to help you with this, assist you with this. Sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds are a good source of minerals for immune health. So give a little scattering there. And then I love to use some fruit, obviously, and I love like low glycemic fruit. And we're coming into season now where you can get fresh Irish strawberries and raspberries, like so. And these are so good for you, full of something called antioxidants, which again builds your immune system to fight disease, which is so important. So use a few there. And some blueberries, which I love. Make really beautiful smoothies, which we might use again in another video. Yeah, Kaz? Looking forward to that. And then we're going to use some coconut flakes. And I love to use True Natural Goodness, which is a brand I work with, an Irish brand, which you can only buy in your local independent food retailers. And one of the products I love is the organic shelled hemp seeds. And hemp seeds are a good source of essential fats, omega-3s, and they're really pretty as well. I use these a lot. And just sprinkle them on top. And that's it. That's your Bircher Muesli. So I'm just going to serve this up. Just get an under plate, like so. And there you go. Have you seen that, Kaz? Do you like it? Did you have that for breakfast? Yeah? So guys, that's the Bircher Muesli with mixed berries and hemp seed. I'm going to post the recipe with this video, so you have it for yourselves for life, and please use it. It's one of my favorite recipes, and it's actually originated for me in Australia, which is far, far away, and yeah, I love it a bit. So I hope you love it too, and enjoy. I'll see you later for the next video. Bye.